Let's get started with part 1. Now, on the beginning of your journey to become a camera lens expert, let's start by answering the question, what is focal length? Contrary to popular belief, it's not a measurement of how much of the scene the lens takes in. Measuring focal length is actually kind of complicated to explain. Let's take a look at this magnifying glass to help illustrate. This magnifying glass uses a circular convex lens. This is one of the lenses that is found in camera lenses. As I move this magnifying glass backward and forward, as you can see, this item becomes in and out of focus. When this comes into focus, this is referred to as the lens's focal point. The distance it takes to do this is the lens's focal length. But this isn't enough to make a usable image. A camera lens needs to focus the red, green, and blue light into a point. To accomplish this, it uses at least 2 or more lenses. These 2 lenses have refracted the light, so causing the red, green, and blue light to come together, making a usable image. It now causes the image to appear upside down, as you can see looking through this camera lens. Your camera will automatically flip this correct way up. To determine the focal length of a camera lens, we need to identify the point where the lens is able to focus the light down to the focusing point. Then after that, we determine the distance this light needs to be reflected onto the image plane. The shorter the distance it takes for this to happen, the shorter the focal length. The longer the distance this takes to happen, the bigger the focal length. That is a simple explanation. The other complicating factor is the lens's magnification value. The rule of thumb is, the smaller the focal length, the less magnification. The bigger the focal length, the larger the magnification. This is why some cameras with built-in lenses have magnification ratios like 120x magnification, 130x magnification, or 100x magnification, and higher. This is why some smartphones designate their wide-angle lens as 1.5 magnifications and their less wide-angle lens as 1-time magnification, and the telephoto lenses 2 times magnification. You can see an example of this in the screenshot of my iPhone. What I want you to take away is it's not really all that a precise measurement of how wide the lens is, or to use the colloquial term, how zoomed in the lens is. It is not a particularly precise measurement system. Let's now talk briefly about the lenses that make up a camera lens. Simple camera lenses have one group. More complicated camera lenses can have multiple groups. We refer to these lenses as elements, and elements make up a group. But all those elements don't necessarily work great together, resulting in imperfections in the image quality, which photographers and filmmakers call these lens aberrations. Examples are chromatic aberration, flaring, ghosting, coma, vignetting. Manufacturers apply lens coatings to reduce these aberrations. Modern lenses use fluorite. Well, vintage lenses use thorium oxide, which is safe, but radioactive. Note that some lenses apply gold and silver coating to cut down on aberration. Also, if you're planning on using a lens coated in fluorite, I would put a glass UV filter in front of it to protect the lens, because inhaling the dust particles can be hazardous. Not all vintage lenses use this coating. Some of these lenses will turn yellow due to the radioactive isotope decaying. You can fix this by exposing it to sunlight or a UV lamp. This video aims to explain focal length, to help you pick out the right lens, demystify lens terminology, and describe their characteristics and applications they're the best at. Get ready for part 2.